Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome you to the Paperclip Martinsville Speedway for round 33 of the 2016 NASCAR Spring Cup Series season, as we are bringing you live coverage of the Goody's Fast Relief 500, a 40-lap race here on the short track of Martinsville Speedway, the Paperclip in Martinsville, Virginia. I'm Rick Burton, bringing you live coverage of today's race, as we have 8 drivers left standing, fighting for the NASCAR Spring Cup Series Championship in 2016. We are kicking out the eliminator round here at Martinsville, and next weekend will be at the Texas Motor Speedway. We'll end the round number 3 at Phoenix, and then we will get ready for our championship Final Four at the Homestead Miami Speedway. And one of the drivers still fighting for the championship is on the pole, the number 48, a 10-time Martinsville winner, Jimmie Johnson. His first pole of the year, and on his outside, the number 47 of A.J. Allmendinger, one of his better tracks. Outside of a road course, he'll start second in that Kruger Chevrolet. Looking back on row 2, one of the drivers who was eliminated from the championship after last weekend at Talladega, Martin Truex Jr. in that 78 Furniture Road Toyota. He'll start third alongside the rookie Chase Elliott in the 24. And running at your top 5, another chaser, the 22 of Joey Logano, 5th. And running at your top 10, Eric Almirola, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Brian Vickers, Casey Kane, and Ryan Blaney, your top 10. Yesterday in the truck race, you saw Matt Crafton pick up his 3rd win of the year and putting himself in the Final Four in the Truck Series Championship. Who will join him in the Final Four at Homestead in the NASCAR Spring Cup Series? Will it be Johnson, Logano, Kane, Denny Hamlin? Those are the highest 4 chasers on the starting grid. And we'll see how they will do in this 40-lap race. 42 cars lined up on the front straightaway, getting ready for the command. And now let's sit down trackside, fire up these engines here at Martinsville.
Drivers, start your engines.
The engines are now fired up. The pace car will lead the field onto in the turn number 1. The field being led by the 48 of Jimmie Johnson. One of his better tracks in the NASCAR Spring Cup Series here at Martinsville, 9 wins, alongside A.J. Allmendinger. A couple of top 5s here for A.J. Allmendinger. Martin Truex Jr. and Chase Elliott. At the top of your screen, your starting grid will appear, allowing you to see where your favorite drivers are going to start. Johnson, Logano, Casey Kane inside the top 10. Hamlin 12th, Harvick 13th, Kyle Busch 15th, Keselowski 17th, and Kurt Busch all the way in 27th place for the Monster Energy Chevrolet. We had a total of 43 entries. One driver did not qualify, but they made the way from turn number 4 to kick off the eliminator round at Martinsville. Green flag is in the air, and a really good jump of the 48 Jimmie Johnson out of a cannon on the start. Already clears the outside line of A.J. Allmendinger. Now Truex trying to get second away from Allmendinger off turn 2. And they are 3 wide behind him. That's the 12 of Ryan Blaney stuck in the middle. Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the inside. Brian Vickers up top. They make the way from turn number 4, and a bonus point towards the 48 of Johnson. He leads lap number 1. The battlers on for second place, Truex and Allmendinger, and 3 wide Junior, Blaney and Almirola. Almirola gives way to the 12 of Ryan Blaney, who stays on the outside of the 88 of Dale Jr., and a couple of chasers lined up on the inside. Casey Kane and Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski. And there goes the 14, Tony Stewart's on the inside wall, and it's a crash here on the front straightaway. A lot of cars involved, and one of them was the 41 of Kurt Busch. Matt Kenseth involved, Elliott Sadler, Landon Castle, Jed Burton, Michael Annett. A lot of good cars taken out in the first caution of the day. Matty Benedetto, Kyle Larson is collected. There's Kenseth coming down pit road in the 41, Kurt Busch. Big point implications for the 41 team of Kurt Busch, a 4-time 2016 winner. Having trouble now on lap number 3 here in the first race of the eliminator round. Kurt Busch is able to drive away into his pit stall, but a lot of cars will be going behind the wall probably because the 95 of McDowell and the 7 of Alex Bowman have already went 1 lap down to the leader of the 48 of Jimmie Johnson. The first car I saw get involved was the 14 of Tony Stewart, who got turned off turn number 4 and took out a lot of cars with them in that 14 car. And let's go back and look at the replay of how this all got started at a turn 4. And Tony Stewart was running inside the top 20, probably at least maybe inside the top 15 at that current point. And he's going to get a little bit of help from the 20 of Matt Kenseth. Matt a little bit quicker, gets in the left rear corner pin on the 14, sends him down into the 42 of Kyle Larson. Stewart hits the inside wall, jives away, or no, it does not, he spins out, but Larson came up and got the 41, the 10 of Regan Smith. 3 of the Stewart Haas Racing cars involved. Brian Scott, David Reagan, Trevor Bender, cars just running into each other back here. Burton and Armstrong, Regan Smith. 3 of the Stewart Haas Racing Chevrolets, Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart, and Regan Smith all involved. There's Landon Castle, his tough season continues. Reed Sorensen, the 40. Brian Scott in the 29 involved. Kyle Larson. Big picture, the 41 of Kurt Busch, the only chaser involved in the first caution of the day, as you see McDowell and Bowman. And one driver has already went behind the wall, the 38 of Landon Castle, the first retiree of the day. And I expect to see a little bit more on their way to the garage. As we are already 6 laps in, we're under caution. We'll be right back with the restart in just a few moments. Back live, getting ready for the first restart of the afternoon, and after a lot of big hits on the front straightaway, only one driver went behind the wall. That's the 38 of Landon Castle. Landon Castle, 38th in points. It's been a tough year for Landon, who's had a lot of bad luck, and he's out of the race and will finish 42nd. Matt Kenseth, Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, Matty Benedetto 1 lap down, and Michael McDowell is scored 2 laps down to leader Jimmy Johnson as we're back on the way. And here comes Allmendinger. A great jump on the restart by AJ Allmendinger. To the inside comes the 47 of AJ, and he'll complete the pass off turn 2. Maybe not. Here comes Johnson fighting back on the outside line. Chase Elliott up in the 3rd. Here comes Logano for 4th. Truex drops to 5th. Ryan Blaney up to 6th in that 12 car. And now Elliott trying to get 2nd away from the 48 of Johnson. To his non-chasers, 1st and 2nd. AJ Allmendinger, Chase Elliott 1st and 2nd, as the 14 of Tony Stewart, Kyle Larson, David Reagan have made their way to pit road. And Allmendinger leads at the line. Chase Elliott now on his bumper, getting into turn 1. It appears Elliott's able to get into the center, or into the gas, a little bit quicker than the 47, and there's some damage on the 4 of Kevin Harvick back here. Right near the, there's a lot of good damage on the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Near the left side, the left rear tire on the 4, as Logano now to the inside of the 24 of Elliott. Tony Stewart on and off pit road now, comes up right into the path of leader AJ Allmendinger as Joey Logano takes 2nd away from Chase Elliott on corner exit of turn 4. He clears the 24 and into turn number 1, the 47 stuck in behind the 14 of Tony Stewart. Tony, a 3-time Martinsville winner, already having some early trouble here in the 14 car. And Elliott now back to the inside of Logano. Great move with the 24 of Chase Elliott, gets that spot back away from the 22 of Logano. And up ahead of the 47 is the 14 of Tony Stewart and the 42 of Kyle Larson. And what last thing Allmendinger wants to see is 2 lap cars side by side, because that will not allow the 47 to get to the inside like he wants to. And that's what's going to happen down here in turn 1. And right on the bumper of that 47 is the 24 of Chase Elliott. Now a win would put Joey Logano in that final 4. Chase Elliott trying to be a spoiler. AJ Allmendinger trying to be a spoiler. Kevin Harvick also, and Jimmy Johnson also trying to get in that final 4, as now oh, here comes Elliott. He got in the back of the 47. A bump and run with the 24 of Chase Elliott to the inside of the 47 of AJ Allmendinger. And behind him, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick not going away. Now Logano trying to get 2nd away from the 47. New leader 24, Chase Elliott, in front of the field now. And Logano now moves to the inside for second place, bringing that forward Kevin Harvick along with in that 4 car. Trying to get third. There's behind them the 48 Jimmy Johnson. You have a chaser Denny Hamlin, but guys like Casey Kane, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch struggling right now as the chase drivers only have 34 cars on the lead lap. Last one being the 32 of Jed Burton, who's not far away. One of the mini cars without a hood, and a lot of cars in front of the leader Chase Elliott. And Harvick completes the pass on Allmendinger, and a great run right now by the 12 of Ryan Blaney. And we are back under caution again. That will certainly save a lot of these guys who are about to go a lap down to Chase Elliott, but that's not what Elliott wanted to see. That'll give the 22 Logano a pretty good shot to get the lead back away as we are under yellow for the second time today, and trying to go see who was involved. I did not see the cars turn around. Let's see if we can get a replay. And it was including the number 3 of Austin Dillon down in the turn 1. Got turn by the 1 of Jamie McMurray in the 1 car. Turns the 3 of Dillon up the track and into the outside wall. Really no severe contact with the 3 of Dillon, but he lost about 6 or 7 spots from that. Maybe even more, as here comes Elliott Sadler through the middle, but that is what brought out the caution. So it'll be Chase Elliott looking for his first career win in front of the 22 of Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick third, AJ Allmendinger, and Jimmy Johnson. Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Casey Kane, your top 10. Vickers, Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Edwards, Boyer, Almirola, who has a lot of damage on that 43 car, McMurray, Newman, Regan Smith, who has a lot of contact in the 10, and Greg Biffle, your top 20. As we've already passed the halfway point in today's race, the Goody's Fast Relief 500. Under caution for the second time today, Chase Elliott looking for his first career win. He leads Joey Logano in the 22. That is what you want to see. The lights out, tied with the pace car, meaning we'll be getting the green flag this time by. And something you have to notice is the 14 of Tony Stewart. NASCAR has placed the 14 between the 24 and the 22. So that is something that will benefit that 24 a lot on this restart. Logano has to get around that 14 quickly so he can set his sights on that 24 of Chase Elliott. Kevin Harvick third, AJ Allmendinger, and Jimmy Johnson. Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. That is your top 10. Casey Kane, Brian Vickers, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, and Carl Edwards, your top 15. Right now, the bottom 4 chasers are Kane, Keselowski, Kyle Busch, and Kurt Busch. And we're back underway. That's jumped by Elliott, and Logano quickly is going to dispose the 14 of Tony Stewart out of turn 2. And Hamlin in the outside wall and nearly got taken out by the 5 of Casey Kane. And we're again on the yellow, this time the 26 and the 20. Back under caution quickly after we got back going. And this will benefit Elliott again because this time Logano did not get around the 14. But a lot of severe damage on the hood of the 26 of rookie Dakota Armstrong. And the 20 of Matt Kenseth, his day goes from bad to worse here on lap 23 or 22 as he's going to get turned right when we got back going. Hit the outside wall, maybe had something like a tire going down or something, but got turned by Elliott Sadler and nowhere to go for the 26 of Dakota Armstrong. The 26 has already went behind the wall. Kenseth stops in his pit stall trying to get some damage repaired. Not sure if it'll be enough to keep him on track or send him behind the wall. A couple of cars are taking this caution flag to come down pit lane, like Elliott Sadler, who has a lot of hood damage now, has went behind the wall, and I believe there may have been another crash. Elliott Sadler, Casey Mears, a lot of contact. And let's go back and look at the 13 of Casey Mears. I did not see him in a crash. I'm guessing that there was a follow-up crash from the Kenseth Armstrong incident here on the front straightaway. There was. And at this point, Casey Mears already has a lot of contact. Yeah, there was another crash down here after, or a couple of spins. Regan Smith got turned, right in front of Kurt Busch. What in the world is going on? So at this point, the caution is pretty much out. This is when Kenseth is already wrecked. Coming down turn number 2, Regan Smith gets turned and into the path of his teammate Kurt Busch. There's Elliott Sadler. There's Trevor Bayne getting stopped quickly, but they kept on going. They just did not want to stop wrecking. And here, Paul Menard and the 51 Justin Allgaier trying to avoid the 10. Allgaier came up the track. Menard was already there, and they're going to go up in the outside wall here in turn number 3, and nowhere to go for Casey Mears or Brett Moffitt, for that matter. And because their day is over, pretty much. Casey Mears has already went behind the wall. A lot of cars have now. Matt Kenseth done it for the day. Dakota Armstrong, Jed Burton, Casey Mears, Elliott Sadler, and we'll have at least 30 cars remaining on the lead lap when we go back racing here with about 10 to go. Chase Elliott looking for his first career win, and this win will put him in the All-Star race next season. So a lot of stuff on the line for the 24, trying to become the first non-chaser to win in 2016. We've seen 14 different winners in 2016. The only only drivers who made the chase without a win was Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. And Truex is already a non-chaser because he was eliminated from the championship contention after last weekend at Talladega. So it'll be 11 to go this time by. We have 36 cars remaining on the lead, remaining on track. I'm sorry. And 30 on the lead lap. The last one being the 27 of Paul Menard, one of the cars that was involved in that aftermath down in turn 3. So Elliott, can he hang on and pick up his first career win? Can Logano, Harvick, Blaney, Allmendinger keep that from happening? Coming down turn number 4, we're back on the way from Martinsville, and again Logano quickly gets to the inside of Tony Stewart, but will Stewart be able to hold him off? And look at Ryan Blaney on the inside of the 4, Kevin Harvick. And I believe Logano will finally be able to clear that 14 and Tony Stewart. Harvick hangs on to 3rd place, Blaney 4th, Allmendinger 5th, Johnson on the inside of Truex for 6th. And Elliott trying to pull away from the 22 of Joey Logano. A couple of cars on pit road now. David Reagan, Justin Allgaier, Trevor Bayne, and Stenhouse Smith about crashed off turn 4, but they keep it together. They keep it clean and green. Or they keep it green for that matter. A lot of cars on pit lane, but it's right now the 24 of Chase Elliott fighting for his first career win. Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick fighting for a spot in the championship Final 4. A lot of things on the line for all 3 of these drivers. Austin Dillon on pit road. Trouble for the number 3 of Dillon. This horrible chase continues. He qualified for the chase after his Talladega win. Dillon coming off his 2nd career win last weekend at Talladega, but other than that, it's been a up and down battle in 2016 for Austin Dillon. Elliott continues to lead. It'll be about 7 to go this time by, and now Harvick stuck on the outside of Trevor Bayne. Justin Allgaier just left pit road, and Elliott up the track in turn 3 in the outside wall. Here comes Joey Logano on the inside. Logano completes the pass on the 24 of Elliott, who overdrove turn number 3. Now it's Logano and Elliott 1st and 2nd. And Logano trying to get around the 3 of Austin Dillon. So now Joey Logano looking for a spot in the Final 4. Allgaier still holding up the 4 of Kevin Harvick. But what a great run by Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, AJ Allmendinger, all inside the top 5. A great run by all 3 of these drivers. And Elliott not letting that 22 drive away just yet. Elliott made a mistake down in turn number 3. Not quite sure what happened. I did not see what really happened, but Elliott still trying to stay in the path of the 22 of Logano. 3 to go. This time by for Joey Logano, looking to punch his ticket into the Final Four at Homestead, but Chase Elliott closing in now. Last time by, Elliott was just a little bit quicker, but not by much at all. 2 to go. This time by for the 22 of Logano. Up ahead is a little bit of lap traffic. Brett Moffitt and Reed Sorensen, will they play a big part in this finish? Last season, Logano was in this spot, in the lead, until he got taken out in a crash with Matt Kenseth. This year, and we're under caution. Kyle Larson has spun off turn number 4, and we are under yellow, setting us up for yet another green-white checker this weekend. Kyle Larson spun off turn number 4, I believe. He was running, I'm not quite sure where, around 35th place, already struggling, and he's gonna get run over by the 2 of Brad Keselowski. Out here into the inside wall goes Kyle Larson. And this is not what the 22 of Joey Logano wants to see, especially when it's caused by his teammate Brad Keselowski. So now this will give that 24 Chase Elliott another shot at the 22 of Joey Logano, but that also gave the 4 Kevin Harvick a shot to possibly make something happen. So anything can happen here on this restart. Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, and Kevin Harvick, your top 3. Logano is the leader, but since he did not take the white flag, we are going to go overtime here at Martinsville. 27 cars are on the lead lap. They will all be able to participate in this upcoming JWC here from the paperclip. Logano, Elliott, Harvick, Blaney, Allmendinger, Johnson, Hamlin, Truex, Earnhardt Jr., and Kane. That is your top 10. But don't expect them to finish like that, because this restart is going to be insane. Drivers fighting for their lives here on this upcoming restart from Martinsville. Stay tuned. We are back live, getting ready for what will be the first attempt at a green-white checker finish. The 22, Joey Logano, in front of the field, alongside the 24 of Chase Elliott. Logano has 5 wins here in 2016, and a 6th win would put him in the championship Final Four. On the opposite end, Chase Elliott has never won a race in the NASCAR Spring Up Series, and he's looking to get his first career win here today. The number 24 car won this race 1 year ago with Jeff Gordon. Row 2, Kevin Harvick in the 4, Ryan Blaney in the 12. Harvick looking for a 5th win of the year to get himself in the Final Four. But does anybody have anything for the 22 of Logano? They've come down the front straightaway. We're underway. Pretty good jump there by the 22 of Joey Logano. Stays in front of the 24 and the 4. Kevin Harvick now looking to the inside of Elliott off turn number 2. Elliott fighting back in the outside lane. A great run off turn 2 by Chase Elliott. Harvick now opens up the door for A.J. Allmendinger. Out of turn number 4, can Elliott get behind the 22 and do a crossover? They're still side by side for the lead. Elliott's getting a pretty good launch off the corner, but I just don't think it'll be enough. Down here in turn 3, they're still side by side. Making the way off the final corner. Hulaby, can Logano hang on? Side by side, Logano wins. Joey Logano wins, and Joey Logano will race for a championship in 2016. He advances into the Final Four, and a great photo finish with Chase Elliott in the 24. How about that for the 24 of Chase Elliott, 2nd place, but not enough to get by the 22. Look at this finish. Unbelievable finish for Joey Logano. Chase Elliott so close. 2 1/1000ths of a second separates Logano and Elliott. Kevin Harvick 3rd. How about Denny Hamlin 4th? A.J. Allmendinger top 5. Ryan Blaney, Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex Jr., Carl Edwards, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. getting top 10 finishes. But a big win for the 22 of Joey Logano, his 6th victory of 2016. And Logano becomes the first participant in what will be the Final Four battle at Homestead Miami Speedway. But who will join him? Join him, as we'll find out, possibly next weekend at the Texas Motor Speedway, as the remaining 7 drivers, chasers, will battle it out to advance into the Final Four. Logano made the Final Four in 2014, but ended up finishing 4th in the championship. Will it be different this year? About to find out in a couple of weeks, as he will run for his first career NASCAR Sprint Cup Series championship. Congratulations to Joey Logano on the victory. On your screen is your results and your chase grid after race number 33 of the year. Race number 1 of the eliminator round won by Joey Logano. What a great battle by Chase Elliott. He gave him a run for his money. Came out just 2 1,000 short of his first career win, but still a great afternoon for Elliott. So we'll see you next weekend at Texas with the NASCAR Xfinity Series and the NASCAR Spring Up Series as they battle it out at the Texas Motor Speedway, the Great American Speedway. That is next weekend, and congrats to Logano on win number 6 in 2016. Joey Logano advances into the Final Four round at Homestead Miami Speedway.